Sorry, we just help some of you to rename.
We are changing your name.
Changing your name.
So if it's spelled wrongly, please forgive us, and then you can rename again.
Okay.
Because you want it to be
Standardized.
standardized, short and sweet for the for Young to later help us to do the breakout group.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you have to put. ID or
Which one?
Ciao. Just to ask for the, I don't know, for the interpreter, Rosa is interpreter for Myanmar. I don't know if, okay, maybe you assigned already, no? Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Ivan, I was able to do the live stream, so here is the link. Ivan, I was able to do the live stream.
Okay.
Here is the
Okay.
link. Why is it that
Yeah.
their microphones are late?
Okay, I got it, Yong. Yeah, this is the link, right? Yeah.
Ivan, I was live stream.
Okay. Okay.
Why is it that their microphones are late?
We hear a lot of echo.
Is there anyone in the same room right now? Are there two accounts in the same room?
No. You can hear me? You can hear me? No?
We hear a lot of echo.
We hear
Is there anyone in the same?
there is echo.
Okay. So we ask Yong to the call begin. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you, Marvin, in
Yeah, hi
Vietnamese.
Yong. Vivian said she cannot handle this translations, the interpreter. I think she tried to call you.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay,
I'm
I will try.
handling it by my
Can
side.
you
connect
hear
with
me?
her?
Sherry?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No.
No?
Okay, we have the...
Okay. Bisa mendengar saya?
Okay.
Okay.
Bisa, Mas Owen.
Okay.
Connected. Who is San? S-A-N? San, can you rename yourself with your country behind you?
Go to there.
Yeah.
You come there so we can hear you.
Okay.
Because now we are in the Bahasa channel.
Okay. I will.
Dina.
Apakah yang bahasa Indonesia bisa mendengar?
So Yong and Vivian, you connect to each other already?
Yeah, it's okay. Yong is managing the
This
interpretation.
is on silent.
Okay. Hello.
Bisa, Mas Owen?
So with the interpretations, we have English, Bahasa Thai, Vietnamese, and Burmese.
Yon, we need also Myanmar, Burmese.
Yes, already.
Yeah.
Dina, can you rename yourself with the country?
I don't know.
Is it? Yeah. We are still trying out the translation. Huh?
Rosa, can you try to talk in your channel? Okay. Okay, we can hear you. I can hear you in the channel. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
We would like to invite all of you to rename yourself. Like Valentina, you can rename, and after Valentina, your name you put Myanmar is
MN.
MN
As your country.
as
Yeah.
your country.
PAK for Pakistan.
Yeah. Luigi, you can rename yourself also Thai, TH, behind your name. This is helping later we do the breakout room.
Yeah.
Also, we need the Urdu channel. Stella, are you around? I don't see you.
Which Esther?
No, it's Stella. Stella, but I don't see her. Can you rename yourself, Stella?
Yeah, hello. I'm Stella.
Okay, so we rename you with your name, Stella.
Yes. Should I enter with this normal or should I enter as translator or with the same link?
With the same link.
Same link. Okay.
Your name, Stella.
Yes.
Yeah, please add your country behind your name. Yeah, for those who haven't done so. We are also trying to rename for you. But
Maria, Twa, you can rename yourself. Maria
MY.
MY.
You can put MY after your name.
Yeah. MY is Malaysia.
For Malaysia.
Singapore is SG.
Yeah. Albert Nias. Albert Nias, can you add your country after your name? Yeah.
How can I?
Rebecca, you can add Y. Also, Rebecca Ying. Hello, Ramon.
Hello.
Ramon, can you
everyone.
rename your name? Ramon
SG.
hyphen SG. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Tuan, right? Tuan, you're from Vietnam, is it? Can you rename yourself?
Yeah.
With a
My name is Tuấn in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you rename? Behind your name, you put VN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We wait for a few minutes for the people who are coming.
Stella, you are in the channel. Can you try to talk? Okay, we can hear you. We can hear you.
多嘢要多嘢 from 嘢嘛？Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So start with a song.
Nghe chị không khó gì đâu.
You call us by name to be your own people. Our hearts fill with wonder as we enter your doors. You give us your word, you bring us your presence, and turn every darkness into light for us, Lord. Come make us one in you. Here we are. Lord, we come to answer your call.
Yes.
You have spoken in the depths of our soul. Though along the way we may fall, you will reach out to raise us up and bring us home. You call us by name to be your own people. Our hearts fill with wonder as we enter your doors. You give us your word, you bring us
Welcome, everyone. A very warm welcome to every one of you. It's a very big and great joy for all of us to be here after a long time. And we thank you to take out the time to be with us so we together can experience and live this beautiful moment together as a big family. Before moving ahead, as some of you may know me, but I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mary Francis, and I am a Gen 2 from Rawalpindi, Pakistan. And I have with me one of my team fellow with me, Winnie.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again. And this is Winnie from Myanmar. And it's really a joy to be here with all of you today to live this moment together as one big family of unity. And here I would like to take a moment to introduce our team member in the sense that we prepared the program today earlier. So we have Ivan and Alve from Singapore. And we have Antonella Apopa from Bangkok, and we have Gabi from Popo from Bangkok, and we have a special guest from Philippines, Manny and Joria, here together. So a big thank to each of them and all of you to be here in the spirit of love we are about to share together. So we will, before we start, we will have a little bit of housekeeping rules. Actually, Ivan and Alvi already started, but we would like to repeat those who haven't done it yet. So I will share the screen and we can follow. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Already Ivan and Alve, they have done a great job. Before the people they were joining, they have already renamed many of the people with the name and the country. So there is possibility for the translation channel. In the Zoom, you can connect with your own language. There are people for you who are translating in your own languages. Then we request like Ivan and Alve, they already reset some of the names. You have to rename with the 3 first letter of your country. So it would be easy for us afterwards when will we have the breakout rooms. And then we request you all to please mute your microphones. Kindly please mute your microphones. Safina from Pakistan. Thank you. So for that, we do not have any background noises that can interrupt us. Then if you have any problem, any questions, or you want to say something, there would be chat available for you. You can write in. And we will request you if you will turn on your cameras so we can see you and we can see your lovely faces. Thank you.
So thank you, Mary, for the housekeeping rules. So now we will have short prayer before we start the program. So in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for being with us this afternoon. Lord, we invite the Holy Spirit to be in our midst, to enlighten our minds, to open our hearts, and to guide us in this special moment. Grant us the strength and courage to be your faithful instruments, to speak with us, to act with justice, and to serve with humility, in whatever place or role we are called to. We entrust this time to you, and we pray that all we do may bring honor to your holy name. We ask all this through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Before going ahead with our program, I will briefly give a review of the whole program that we will be doing this some hours. We will have a beautiful meditation on local communities. Afterwards, we will have the time to share our thoughts about the meditation or whatever we want to share. Then continuing it, like Vinny mentioned, that today we have very special guest from our family, a big family, Maria and Joria and Mani. They will be sharing with us some tips about how to do the small group meetings more meaningful. Then we will have time to listen experiences about our local communities from different zonetas, that how they live and grow in unity. Then there will be a little short break. After that short break, we will be given time to join the breakout rooms, so that whatever we have listened or whatever thoughts we have in our hearts, we can share it together to make it more helpful to build unity concretely. Then after that, after the breakout rooms, we will again come to the main Zoom, and in that we can share our thoughts, whatever we have shared in our groups. Then we will have the time to ask some questions, and this is the whole program that we will be following in this Zoom. And to continue the program, I will ask and invite Antonella to guide us for the meditation. Over to you, Anto.
Thank you. Thank you, Winnie and Mary Frances, for starting the, the meeting. I will just do a brief introduction to the spiritual input of today. So the spiritual input of today is taken from different writings of Chiara Lubick and Emmaus Maria Voce, the former president of the Focolare movement. And it is related to the local communities. The local communities are found and mentioned in the Article 43, you can see here, of the Statutes of the Work of Mary. And in the statute, we talk about the local communities in these terms. They are defined as the groups of people of the movement present throughout the world, and they are like the particular community living and spreading the gospel in a particular area. When we talk about the local communities, we go back to the origin of the Focolare movement, when Chiara Lubick and her first companion started to live out the gospel, and this kind of life arrived to the local community. In that case was in Trent. And the first Focolarine were inspired to work for the poor. They used to go to Lelaste, which is a quite depressed area of the city of Trent, to distribute food to the poor, to take care of the sick, etc. In this short meditation, the local communities, it is defined as the breadth of the movement, where the branches, the different vocation of the work of Mary take life, but also where the branches receive life from the local community. It is precisely in the local community that the movement grows. Chiara says that the community is like the bride in the Focolare. It implies a reciprocity. So it is not that the Focolare makes the community the bride, and it is not the community that has to make the Focolare the bridegroom, but rather the two of them together, like in a spousal relationship, indicates precisely this building something together, like in a family, no? The husband and a wife build something new together, which is this new family. So for us too, we build the local community with the Focolare Center to create this new family given to the world and for the world. Chiara Lubick on local communities. The work of Mary in fidelity to the charism that guided its founding and development continually wants to contribute to the fulfillment of the prayer of Jesus to the Father, that all may be one. It seeks to radiate in the Christian world and broaden its action to universal brotherhood. Article of the statutes where it talks about the local community is not put in the part about the structure of the movement, but in the part of its spirit. It is under the orange. So it is a part that will never change, because the structures may change, but the spirit will never change. The groups of the people of the movement present in the various places of the world constitute local communities. They are in themselves because of the mutual charity that animates them, a point of unity of the movement in the territory. They are effective means of radiating the gospel. Because of the mutual charity that animates them, they are a point of unity of the movement. The local communities is a return to the origins, because what was the small community that sprang up around the first focolarine, if not a local community? It was in Trent. Chiara specified the territory we used to go to the Laste, precisely to bring food to the poor, to assist the sick, etc., thinking to solve the social problem of the place. The local community attract others because of the joy of a difficulty lived together, going together to visit someone in the hospital, celebrating a birthday, but together as a family of the movement. Therefore, the local community is the breath of the movement. It is from the communities that the life of the branches is also nurtured. The branches have to give life to the communities, but they also receive life from it. All these meetings are needed, however. The movement needs this very breath in order for the movement to grow. It is in the local communities that the movement grows. It is in the community that you can see the fulfillment of that word of Jesus, "Let them be one, so that the world may believe." If the world does not see them because they meet in the nucleus or in the gen units, or they meet in a focolare, and the world does not see a witness of mutual love, how can the world believe? This is the witness that identifies us as Christians. The community is a family. The structure should not take any prominence. It conquers because there is unity, and unity is the harmony of the whole, which is the beauty for the presence of Jesus in our midst. It is important that the community meeting is regular and not too spaced out. Precisely because it is a meeting of a family, what are communicated are life and gospel experiences, difficulties and achievements, to take new energy for outcomes. In this atmosphere, when communion is full, it is opportune for everyone to participate in the life of Chiara and the movement through various updatings. Difficulties may arise within the local community regarding relationships between people or relationships with people outside of the community. The important thing is not to see them as unsurmountable obstacles, unsolvable problems, but rather an occasion and opportunities to improve, to better understand God's will for the local community, to strengthen the quality of relationships among people. Chiara says that the community is the bride of the focolare, and it implies a reciprocity. So it is not the focolare that makes the community the bride, and it is not the community that has to make the focolare the bridegroom, but they have to be together because the spousal relationships indicates precisely this building something together. A husband and wife marry to build something new together, which is the new family. So if we say the community is the bride of the focolare, it implies a vision of a family that includes the community and the focolare. It is not the community alone. It is not the focolare alone. What then should be done? I would say the first thing to do is to open the doors. Let the community feel that the focolare is capable of welcoming its bride. That it is not a house with closed doors where you have to ask permission to enter, or that you have to go through so many filters to get there. No, the focolare is an open reality, precisely because it welcomes the bride, and therefore cannot remain closed.
Thank you, Antonella, for these beautiful messages. It's really for us that to have the importance of mutual love among us, then we should continue this idea. No? So it's so touching and beautiful. Thank you again. So now we would like to go to the next program. And here I would like to invite Joya and Mani for the next program. So
Sorry, Winnie.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have some time for communion to see whether
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe there is one or two who would like to share something, just briefly. Those who would like to share, just raise your hand, the icon, and we will call you. Yes, anyone, Focolarine, volunteer, anyone who would like just as a gift to say something. Okay, we have Silvano Sikander. And
Yes, this is Alessandro, and I want to thank you very much for the beautiful meditation, and because really helps a lot to enter into the heart of what is the local community, because still I realize that in many situations we a kind of we are sometimes we are double-minded. No? What is the focolare? What are the branches? And what is the local community? And sometimes we consider the local community like the adherents, those at large, and we don't feel ourselves, even Poppy, as a part of a local community. And so it was very provoking thoughts, this matter of seeing that there is a distinction between the local community and the focolare, but it's a distinction of unity, like bride and bridegroom. So they are different, but they have to be one. So thank you very much. And also, I asked the question if possible during this meeting, if it is possible to clarify more, because also when we talk about the focolare, what do we think? What do we talk about? The Poppy and Poppe, the focolare, focolarini, focolarine, or the internal members, the branches? And so how to help all this opera to be a real family? Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandro. Yes, please, Anna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anna from Malaysia, from Penang, in details. So yeah, maybe just to share something briefly to update about my life, maybe. Some of you might know that I recently, like 6 months ago or 7 months ago, I started up a cafe, a coffee shop nearby my house, and it's called Baijian Cafe. The reason why I put this name is because I want to use I want to do everything with the identity of Jen, like to love and to do everything. No? Then I feel, because Penang community has been a little bit quiet for ever since the COVID. So I can feel that after I started this cafe, it's like giving a small opportunity for people to start gathering again with food. Start with food and with coffee first, and then with this the communion within us, maybe we can start something small again. So yeah, I think it's working somehow, and I'm glad that God makes me his tool to try to do something, even though it's small and slow, but I think it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we started to have some committee meeting and then community meeting in our community. And then yeah, we will have also our Marapolis. After so many years, we will have our Marapolis in August in Penang. So it is something big for us. Not big as in we have it's not that we never done this before, but it's been a train that has stopped for many years. Then we are glad that with the push of Johor community, and then we started the engine of the train again. Yeah, I think that's all I want to share. That yeah, I'm happy to see all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. By Jen, a coffee shop by Jen will come to see you. So maybe we can go ahead with the program. Thank you for part of this being a family, also little sharing.
So yeah, thank you for meditation, Antonella, again. And then thank you also to those who share the experiences and give comments for the program. I'm so excited to welcome Joria and Mani. I even forgot that we have this sharing. Sorry. So now it's the time for our special guest. And so I would especially like to thank to them because they are not from our zone. They are from the Philippines. So they really gave us a time today for us. So I want to thank them. And to introduce a little bit about them, Joya and Marnie, they are married for Colarini, and they have 4 children, and they are married for 30 years. So, and Joya is a visual artist whose work has been exhibited and recognized both local and internationally. So while Marnie is, so while Marnie is Marnie is a learning and organizational development practitioner and trainer in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. So in 2021, they combined their talents and founded Art Reflections Consultancy, offering art workshop for corporate events, group engagement, and wellness program focused on emotional well-being and personal growth through arts, serving clients both in the Philippines and abroad. Their workshops have become a creative and subtle way for them to share the ideas with many. So they are also the delegates of the new families movement in the Philippines. So it's a big profile of them. So really we have a privilege to have them here today. So they'll be sharing us some valuable tips on how to facilitate small group meetings. That's what we really need, no? And we are eager to learn from them. So over to you, Joya and Nani. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Winnie. So that was a very generous introduction. So we're really happy also to be with you today. And the one that will be sharing with you effective facilitation tips. These are something that you may already be doing. No, but with Jesus in the midst, we can find new things, right? So to begin, we'd like to, because we've been sitting for a long time already. Okay?
Yeah. So we would like to invite everyone to stand up
We're looking at the cameras. We want you to stand up.
so we can
Okay.
see if you're standing.
Get up. Yeah.
Everybody stand up.
We're very comfortable in our seats. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
there you
you.
go. Thank you.
So except for the translators. Now the next thing we have to do is for you to find a partner. Okay? Partner up with somebody. It has to be, what's that? Hello?
Okay, so if you do not have a partner, you have to grab somebody from the other room, maybe.
Okay, so be with your partner, face your partner. Okay, that could be your spouse, a fellow popo or popa, or a volunteer or a gen. So we need to partner with somebody. Okay?
Right.
So now that we're partnered with somebody, we will do a simple but fun way to energize ourselves. Again, we don't want you to get sleepy as we're discussing things. All right? So the game that we're about to, oh, sorry. We need to share screen. Okay.
Okay.
So the game that we're about to play is called Mot Haiba, or 1, 2, 3, or Satu Dua Tiga. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. And the way we need to, how we will play this is this way. So we will do it alternately with our partner. Okay, so if I say 1,
I'll say 2.
and I say 3, and then that will be a continuous game until one commits a mistake.
So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's an
1, 2,
alternate.
3, 1, 2, 3. Okay?
All right.
You get it?
So
All right.
let's have a sample round. Can we see everybody face their partner?
And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. For example, we'll do it. 1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1.
2.
Okay.
Okay?
So you have to face your partners. Okay, we're seeing Focolare Rawalpindi. You have to face somebody and do the game. Okay? Come on, let's do it, guys.
All right. So let's start. Ready?
One, set, go! Okay, you have to wait until somebody commits a mistake. All right? Go ahead, play the game.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
okay.
1, 2, 3. All right. So, okay, that was just the warm-up round. Okay, it's the warm-up round. We'll make it a bit
Faster this
faster and more challenging, because now we will no longer say 1. Okay, 1 will be a clap.
Clap.
A clap, and then 2 and 3 will still be said. For example, no, I will show you how it's done. For example,
2,
3, 2,
3, 2,
3.
What?
Okay? All right. So now, because the stakes are higher, if you commit a mistake, your partner can flick your ear. Okay? All right? Okay, let's do it. Ready, get set, go. It's a clap. There you go.
All right.
Do it. Okay, keep score. Okay. Okay, let's end this round in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right.
So that's the first round. We're going to the second round.
So can you show us how is one? How is one played? By a clap. Very good. Okay. This time, 2 will also be replaced by an action. Okay. 2 will be replaced by a light tap on the shoulder of partner. Okay. So for example, 2. Sorry, that was a mistake. So Julia, you can flick my ear. Okay. So again, just to demonstrate, 3.
3.
Okay? You get it? Okay, face your partner and ready, set, go! Oh, I see Bobby here. Find a partner, Bobby. Okay.
Madalena has his dog.
Let's end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So let's review. How is 1? 1. Clap. 2. It's a tap. Okay. 3, since we're on screen, we can replace it with a heart. Okay? A heart with partner. Okay? So for example, okay, so this time there will be no talking.
So it's a silent round.
Silent round. If somebody still says 2 and does a tap, that's already a mistake. You can actually flick the ear of your partner who commits a mistake, okay? It's a silent round. Nobody will speak, but it will be just an action, okay?
Okay.
So ready, get set, go! All right, go! Keep score! Okay.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. You may now take your seats. Okay.
Thank your partners.
Oh, yes, thank your partner, please. Okay, so at least...
I think you're not sleepy anymore.
Yes, okay. This time, of course, we need our blood to circulate, okay? And always the best thing to do that is through an energizer. We need that, no? In any meeting, in any focolare or local community meeting, we always need an energizer, okay? All right, so let's proceed.
So, Manny, why 1, 2, 3?
Oh, yeah, okay. So, it's 1, 2, 3 because 3, it's to acknowledge that everyone here is coming from the 3 zonete, no? Southeast Asia, we have Pakistan, and we have East Asia.
And of course, 2 is the minimum requirement for us to have Jesus in the midst.
Yes.
Being couples or a group, we can always strive to have Jesus in the midst.
And of course, 1. Okay, 1 is our goal to really realize the last prayer of Jesus to the Father, no? That all may be one. Okay, so we will further introduce ourselves by this picture. Okay, so we were really happy to see Anna because 7 years ago,
we were in Penang and we stayed in their place, and this was one of the photos we had and we always cherish. No?
Yeah. As you can see, this is a mural, and a picture of the girl is there. Maybe this will be reserved for another time, a story for another time. Okay.
All right.
So let's proceed. Okay. So we're here to actually present to you some effective facilitation tips on leading or animating a group which meets regularly but not limited to the local communities. Okay, so for example, you'll be meeting with members or adherents of the new families, young couples, probably engaged or separated, no? People from other movements, or even in the parish. So these effective facilitation tips can be used anywhere, also in schools. Okay. Then just to let you know, this talk was prepared, no, by the New Family Center, the Nazareth Center in Rome, no, for the Lopiano family experience. And mind you, a Lopiano family experience will happen in July this year. So we will try to echo the things that transpired, no, during this conduct, no, during the Lopiano family experience. Okay.
Okay, so the practice of meeting regularly as a group is common all throughout the movement worldwide. These gatherings deepen mutual understanding, offering ongoing support for participants, foster spiritual growth through the gospel living, and enable the realization of shared activities. Here, we now offer some simple suggestions for leading a group, schematically collected by points based on personal experience and also on what we have learned from our group meetings. Let's try to remember it without too many fears, with courage, each time in a different way so that it does not become a habit or a cliche, but is always something that touches us deeply.
Okay, so let's get that right down into business. Pro tip, no, because we're talking about tips. So pro tip number 1 is continuity is key. Okay, so can we, even if we're not hearing each other, can you repeat this phrase? Continuity is key. Okay. Now, another word for continuity is follow through. Okay. So, meaning it's a way for us to be able to do well. For example, in sports. No? So many of us here probably not so much in basketball or in golf or in bowling, but I would say football, right? Football is something that's very common in Southeast Asia, in Pakistan. Okay, so we know that the follow through is very important in these sports, no, particularly football, because it helps keep the ball on the right path. No, when we kick it, no, it actually provides a smooth finish and makes the kick on the ball more accurate and consistent, no, in the sport of football. So think of the Mariapolises, okay, or yeah, Anna mentioned of the Mariapolis, no. So the follow through in the Mariapolis actually is something that will ensure that the regular consistent meetings held periodically, whether this is done once a month. Okay, so what we want to ensure is the trajectory is still upward, because without the follow through, um, the feelings, the excitement, the experience goes on a plateau and then goes down. Okay, the follow through ensures that we get to meet periodically, once a month or twice a month. That's up to you. But the important thing that's happening in a follow through is the sharing of our experiences. Okay, so Casa Nazareth, no, further advises that we should give continuity to the group meetings, no, even if not all members can always be present. So let's say after your Mariapolis, you call on a follow-through meeting. Okay? Let's say not everybody is present. That's okay. Because as we said a while back, where 2 or 3 are gathered, that's most important. Okay? So we have to really believe in what Jesus said, no? The premise for our encounters is to try to really deserve the presence of Jesus among us, no? It is He, the presence of Jesus, the presence of the Holy Spirit that renews our families, and He's the one who really enlightens us, no? So speaking from experience, no, I'm sure even in your own zones, no, you also do this, no. One time, no, in the Philippines, we organized 5 new families congresses, no, across different zonete, as well as the Citadela, no, in Tagaytay. So we did that instead of just one large gathering. So this approach actually allowed more couples to participate and gave us primarily Manila-based Poppy Gen volunteers a chance to connect with families in their local meetings, no? A mutual enrichment for all. So to keep the momentum, we also held monthly Word of Life meetings through Zoom. So yes, it can be virtual or it can be hybrid. And this is done for areas without a local coordinator. So in remote areas in the Philippines, meeting communities can be a challenge for a couple to follow when it takes several hours bus ride to get to one place and another, no? So we're really fortunate that we had the 3 couples who offered to their time, no, to visit them alternately, so it doesn't burn out people, no? So the assignment is shared among us.
So continuity is necessary because for a relationship to become meaningful, there must be time to build the bond. Building an emotional bond is similar to growing up a plant in a pot. Building strength and beauty requires time, attention, and perseverance. Most plants need consistent watering. Small, regular amounts have a far greater impact than in dumping a large amount once and neglecting them for a long time. In the busy lives of individuals and families, long periods without contact can make it challenging to share deeper or more personal matters. The other person can start to feel like a stranger, making it harder to open up. So again, what is our first pro tip?
Okay, so let's say it again. For every pro tip, we will say this mantra. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, continuity is key. Right. So let's proceed to pro tip number 2. Okay. Pro tip number 2 is choose the day of the meeting carefully, keeping in mind the needs of the participants. So can we say it again? Choose the day of the meeting carefully.
Okay, so for some, a holiday afternoon may be the ideal time, while for others, an evening works better. Weekends, for instance, often offer a bit more relaxation since people don't need to worry about work or school the next day. However, if weekends are busy for some families, for example, a weekday evening might be preferable. In any case, we'd be mindful to start and especially end meetings on time. Being able to plan is usually some help to make relationships solid and makes it possible to fit an extra commitment in a full life. So again,
So that was a quick pro tip number 2. Okay, so can we say it again? In 3, 2, 1. Choose the day of the meeting carefully. Okay, so we are already done with the 2 pro tips. Now we head to the next pro tip. Pro tip number 3 is, in 3, 2, 1, let's say this together. Decide together on the best meeting location. Okay, so we need to understand together which may be the most suitable place for meetings.
Terus kontak ke satu, diem-diem kontak ke sini, kontak ke situ.
So often when
Mau
this is
diskusi di grup
possible,
gitu loh.
it is the home of a member of the group, no? Probably the home of a volunteer,
Support juga
the home of a focolarino sposato, no? So it is a natural place provided that there is the necessary space. So for us, inviting others into our home or visiting theirs has always been a wonderful experience. No? It brings us closer together in a comfortable setting and helps build a sense of family. No? So it's very attuned to our theme, closeness, okay? The style of God. So alternatively, we can gather in our centers, no? Such, for example, our Mariapolises, our Focolare centers, or other locations. Or let's say in the parish. No? In some countries, outdoor spaces are also more accessible. No? Here in the Philippines, for example, there are locations where they are near the beaches. No? So the local communities take advantage of this and have green days also, no, as a form of meeting, no, which also generates Jesus in the midst. Okay, so again, that was a very quick pro tip. Let's say this again, the pro tip number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Decide together on the best meeting location. Okay, Jaria.
All right.
Let's
So
proceed.
pro tip number 4. Prepare ourselves and prepare for the meeting.
Okay, let's say it again. Prepare ourselves and prepare for the meeting.
It may be useful to discuss the program first, if possible, with the people of reference or leaders in the area. To read up on the subject, to have our experiences ready on that topic. This includes to learn to prepare appealing and readable PowerPoint slides. So it's best if it's not cluttered slides, no? Audible videos if necessary, printed copy of the meditation for invitees to follow if better, especially when these are dubbed. We can, at the end, leave attendees a passage from Chiara or from the Pope or an article from Chitanova or other useful texts to deepen the topic covered. Aim for a beautiful, deep, and meetings well prepared. Psychologically, preparing for a meeting also involves creating an inner space to truly welcome the other person. Our lives are often packed with relationships, responsibilities, and sometimes worries. To form meaningful connections, we need to make room for others to feel accepted. Preparing not only enables us to develop a good program, but also helps us open a space within ourselves, allowing us to practice the emptying of self that Chiara teaches us. Here, in this slide, you will see Ana Maria Sansuki, together with Danilo, they were the responsibles of the New Families movement since the very beginning. In a meeting that we attended of the Families Focolari Giovanni last October, at the age of 93, she continues to come in prepared with text and even hand out copy of the meditation and design of Danilo as gifts to all present.
I remember that, Joria, no? So these are actually artworks of Danilo that she gave each couple. Okay, sorry for the translators. These are little ad libs, so bear with us. Okay, so let's say again pro tip number 4, which is very important. Prepare ourselves well for every meeting. No, it's really an act of love when we
Yes.
prepare ourselves well, no? An act of love for the other person. Okay, so question. No, there's a question here. What were the 3 simple things that struck you most in a positive way from your first Mariapolis? No, these are things that we can also ask ourselves. No, probably. Well, for example, for now, let's bring ourselves back to that.
The first Mariapolis, or maybe your first volunteer congress or Gen School. You, Manny, what was the one that struck you most?
Well, something that's very common. No, when we ask people, it's always the smiles, no? And the songs. Okay, so in your case, you may also chat in the chat box. Can we invite you a word or a gesture that struck you in, let's say, your Mariapolis, your volunteer congress, or your Gen School?
Or maybe an act of love done to you by by a complete stranger during your first Mariapolis.
Okay, can we see those answers? The bond, friendship. Okay, thank you, Joseph. No,
And the bond among us. There you go.
an act of love. Okay.
Margaret, thank you.
I remember this Mariapolis that we had last May 1 to 4. We actually told people, because we prepared flowers, no, drawn in a piece of paper, so that the it was a
The
secret mission. Okay?
Was to make an act of love during the period of the Mariapolis, and for each act of love, like the Gen 4, they would stick it on the backdrop.
So it's something that you can also consider. We will send you the mechanics if you want, no? So that people don't really need to say, "Oh, I did this for somebody." No, the mere fact that there are flowers on the backdrop means that people are actually doing these acts of love. So let's see.
Yeah, it's nice. People are friendly, meeting friendly people. Glass of water. We have to ask for the story of this act of love. Warm, washing the dishes. The songs, proximity towards newcomers, the experiences, of course. Someone approached me to make me feel welcome and comfortable.
Food, of
Food.
course.
Unity among us, sharing with others. There you go.
Oh, so nice. Okay, so we're coming from different countries, no? But it's exactly the same thing, the same acts of love that we experience that remain with us until now. Okay, and we're talking about our first Mariapolis. Okay, thank you. All right, so we proceed. That was pro tip number 4. Okay, so pro tip number 5. Okay, pro tip number 5, be ready in 3, 2, 1. Ensure a warm and welcoming atmosphere for everyone. Okay, so well, we have to make it a point, no, just like what we shared here, to warmly welcome everyone as they arrive, no, creating a family-like atmosphere. So avoid diving into the meeting right away. So make people feel that they're at home. No? So instead, take a moment to greet each other, catch up, no? and sense how everyone is feeling. So this, I believe we don't have a problem with this. No? We're Asians. And it's very natural for us to do this. No? So this approach fosters natural connections and is in itself a first step toward building community. So we've often seen that people, especially young ones, examine us closely. So they're observing. Okay. even before they listen to us. No? They observe our actions, our behaviors. No? They notice how we take care of ourselves, no? Whether we're truly happy, and how we interact with other children. No? So they're looking for the kind of life that comes from truly living the gospel. No? And that's what draws them in, especially children. It's what attracts them, and even allows them to say, he's really authentic. Okay? Just to share with you, one day, a young couple, long after having some meetings together, they told us that they remembered almost nothing, okay, of what was said to them during the various meetings. But while they had been struck above all by how we treated each other. So again, no, just to clarify that, they may not have remembered the theme or experiences, no, during that Mariapolis, but one thing that remained in them is the way the people were taking care of each other, like as you said, no, providing a glass of water, making sure that people are not too hot, no, they're comfortable. So um, so above all, no, they've been struck on how we treated each other and with our young children, and how they feel our conversations with them and other couples, no, they feel the sincerity. So this made them feel free to open to this way of life. When the husband got sick with COVID, we were one of the first people who they contacted, no, they contacted us, and we continued to walk with the family even after the husband passed on, no? He died eventually. Okay, so that was pro tip number 5. So can we repeat again pro tip number 5? Ensure a warm and welcoming atmosphere for everyone. Okay.
Okay, so we move on to pro tip number 6. It is often not.
Oh, wait.
Okay. So pro tip number 6
is
let the children come to me. So it is often not possible to leave children at home. This is an important and sensitive topic. We have to remember children deserve to experience Jesus' presence, as he is the one who renews and enlightens our families. If leaving the children with grandparents or others in the community isn't an option, we can gather the kids in a separate room with someone to watch over them, like older children, rotating family members, or Gen 4 or Gen 3 assistant, and ideally have an activity planned for them. It's not just to put them in one room and leave them with impromptu activity. No? It's important also to have a prepared activity and as an act of love for the children. We try to avoid simply parking them in front of the TV, though an occasional good movie can be helpful.
Okay. For the translators, this is off script. No, I just want to remind everyone with regard to taking care of our children, our Gen 3, our Gen 4. And this is connected to protecting our minors, okay, as well as vulnerable adults. No? So there are already some guidelines on how to do this so that we also act accordingly. Okay, so that's one thing that we wanted to also share. Another example, no, on this pro tip, no, there was a time that during our meetings we would take turns to watch over the children. No? So on one occasion, it was my turn to look after 8 to 10 children. Okay, that time there was still no guidelines on the protection of minors. No? So I was alone with 8 to 10 children. No? Now that's not allowed. Okay. But anyway, going to that experience, I remember we first stayed in our home with these 10 children, and I offered them snacks, and where we were playing games, board games. No? But when I sensed that they were getting bored, they were getting restless, I decided to take them out using our van. And I actually brought them to a park with an open air amphitheater where we um, uh, it's like we performed, no, pretending that we were artists. So again, when I sensed that they were getting tired of it, we all went to another playground. No? So these moments allowed us um, to actually become more creative in how we look after our young ones. So again, another, just to remind us, this is no longer allowed. No, we have to be for 10 children. We may have to have 2 more adults with us. Okay. All right. So we're very quick. We're at the end of pro tip number 5. Okay. And pro tip number 5 is let the children come to me.
Okay, just a short comment on pro tip number 5.
6.
Number 6. At the recent meeting of the Young Families Focolare in Rome, many young couples expressed concerns about attending frequently meetings away from their young children, fearing it might distance their children from the movement in the future. This worry is increasingly common, and as we notice lower participation from the next generation, recognizing that today's parents are very hands-on, it would be helpful to support them by offering programs that allow their children, especially younger ones, to participate alongside them. Knowing that children are welcome makes parents feel valued. Organizing time for the children shows that it's possible to step away from them briefly to nurture the relationship between couples and with others, and spiritual growth without neglecting the children. If you have couples in the group, it also helps the couples focus on their bond rather than centering all their attention solely on their child or children.
And actually, Julia, it's already very helpful, very practical that we're grouped in local communities. No? That way, we can actually bring the whole family. No? And then again, no, we organize ourselves so that the children will be taken care of by the Gen assistants. No? Sometimes we find ourselves as people who they can count on to, again, watch over our children. But we will remind you of the guidelines on the protection of minors. Okay, so again, to end pro tip number 6, can we say this with us in 3, 2, 1? Let the children come to me. Okay, so pro tip number 7. Okay, pro tip number 7 is, can we say this together? Pay attention to the language we use. Okay, so our language must be simple, understandable to everyone, and not only for people in the movement. So we must be mindful of the terms we use, especially when we are with new ones, no? In any meeting. Terms like the ideal or Gen or Jesus forsaken or the moment of truth, no? Or other terms that we're already accustomed to. No? So we have to be very mindful of these things so that they don't feel left out. Okay? So that's a very quick pro tip.
All right, so we move on to pro tip number 8.
Which is, again, say this with us, communion of souls and experiences.
All right. So an important moment of the meeting is that of the communion of souls and experiences. Communion of souls and shared experiences are key to our collective spirituality. At times, allow room for spontaneity, gently guide with a few questions, or love first by sharing your own experience. Avoid commenting on every input, though a brief response or clarification can sometimes help. Be mindful to prevent anyone from dominating the conversation and ensure quieter voices are heard. For complex and sensitive topics, consider postponing the discussion and seeking expert input if needed. You can also follow up individually. You may actually invite someone in the movement who can come share their story that may be linked or necessarily to your topic of that day. Always ensure and request confidentiality for what's shared in the group. Local community coordinators are responsible for guiding the group dynamics. Creating space to share doesn't mean allowing the chatterbox to dominate. They can gently help them wrap up by expressing gratitude for their contribution and moving to the conversation forward. Coordinators should moderate, keeping a firm yet flexible hold on the flow, watching the time, and ensuring positive tone, especially if heavy topics arise. It's key to close on a hopeful note. A silent prayer for guidance from the Holy Spirit before speaking is also very helpful. Something psychologist friend assures us is effective even if it's not found in any textbook. So
Okay.
there we go. Pro tip number
7,
7.
right?
It's 8.
8. Okay. So that was pro tip number 8. Now we move to pro tip number 9. And this is encouraging through experience. Now, sometimes we may notice that a participant is struggling with a certain aspect. So in these cases, a personal story, whether from us or others in the group, can offer valuable support. Now, for instance, if someone seems unsure about the concept of the communion of goods, we can share a meaningful experience about choosing simplicity or the joy of sharing. If someone doesn't attend meetings often, we can talk about the challenges we faced and overcame to stay committed. So we always give everyone complete freedom without any pressure, knowing that love will eventually touch hearts. Above all, we recognize and encourage each small step each person takes, which is very uplifting. Okay, so that was also a very quick pro tip number 9. We use our experience to encourage people to live out what they learn. Okay, so we proceed to pro tip number 10.
Pro tip number 10.
And pro tip number 10 is circulate the life.
All right. So we recommend dedicating a space in the meeting to update everyone on some initiative or experience lived in the movement. So having an idea of being part of a vast international reality, knowing what other communities in other parts of the world are experiencing, allows you to broaden your gaze in a relativize the difficulties that we face. So recently, for example, we shared a photo. We had we had of the statue of Foco in the center of the opera. This opened up curiosity among friends who Foco is, and one couple wanted to know more about his vocation. So we'll never really know how far it could go, but then if we open ourselves to sharing how big the movement actually is, people are even more open to it.
Okay, so we're done with pro tip number 10. We proceed to pro tip number 11. And that is, again, in 3, 2, 1, the communion of goods. Okay, so let us keep alive, possibly at each meeting, the spirit of the communion of goods. So whether through discussion, sharing personal experiences, setting an example by donating items, okay? So let's say unused toys that we find in our homes, so unused clothes, no, which reflects our life of simplicity. So we try something new like baking bread to share, no, or simply placing a donation box. We can find the method that is best suited, no, in our situation. So these actions help make sharing a natural part of our daily lives. Let's also highlight that beyond being a distinctive feature of our movement, it is a wonderful opportunity to share our resources with the world. Okay? So again, that was pro tip number 11, the communion of goods. Okay? So, Julia?
Okay, so pro tip number 12, we try to vary the type of meeting from time to time to create the sense of family. So from experience, we see more people showing up when we offer varied form of meetings with short meditations, with more moments of sharing. Here in the Philippines, after the pandemic, we regroup face-to-face with what we called salo-salo, which means get together. We set up chairs around tables to allow conversations to happen on a chill breakfast together where we allowed everyone to just talk like any family. At a certain point, one asked, "So, when will we start the meeting?" And he was pleasantly surprised to know that this is actually the meeting. So as you know, we are an archipelago, and in spite of this challenge, we want to have a simultaneous activity among all three sonetas and the Cittadella. And at a certain point during the Salo-Salo, we linked all four sonetas and the Cittadella via Zoom for a common meditation followed by spontaneous sharing from different points. It was a wonderful moment to create family among us. And on succeeding Salo-Salo, other sonetas even extended their gathering to a whole day event as they had it in a beach with their families. Instead, when we were in another country, the young couples and the Gen asked for a separate meeting which they organized. They started with fun games, which we happily joined, and casual dinner which was a waiting time for everyone to arrive from work. By the time we are to share our experiences, they all sat down and listened. We never saw a group who listened so attentively as they did. Nobody stood up to take a drink and one later commented that you can hear a pin drop should one fall on the floor. So other forms can be summer holidays like what the community in Slovakia did, picnics, sports fest, etc. Always considering the preference and dynamics of the people you are meeting, as others might want it more serious than the other groups. But of course, nothing beats one-on-one conversations over tea, coffee, or meals, as Anna also mentioned earlier.
Okay, so that was pro tip number 12. We move to pro tip number 13, which is what Jaria just said, no, as well as Anna. So pro tip number 13 is exactly gather over meals. Okay, so one of us shared that it's during snacks and breaks, no, between meetings that true relationships are formed. No? So it would have been great if we were really face to face, because it's during those break times, 15-minute break to relieve ourselves. No, it's when really conversations, deep conversations happen. Okay, so this is especially true for us Asians. Now, whenever possible, it's really great to incorporate a time to eat or drink together during meetings. So it's in these natural moments, surrounded by a family-like atmosphere with a drink or a slice of cake in hand, that people become more open. So it's in these moments that we can really truly get to know each other, including each other's joys, our sufferings, our concerns. So to feel love, we need to we need concrete gestures, no, and informal moments that are the ones that when it is easier to create intimacy. So the meeting is a powerful moment in which people can find ideas and values to embody in their daily lives. So between one meeting and another, it will be important then to make ourselves present, to seek a personal relationship with each person or couple by phone or in person. So, for example, reminding us of important moments, exams, job interviews, an illness, perhaps, no, in the family, or anniversaries. So by doing so, we will make them feel like the family of the group and of the movement. No? So in this picture, we actually went to visit this family. Agnes here and Fred, they're married Focolarini. Fred has glaucoma and is slowly losing his sight. So in our meetings, there are often both men and women. Our task will also be to take care that relationships among us, among everyone, are always healthy, they're beautiful, and they're based always on supernatural love, which will preserve us from everything that could create discomfort, danger, or getting upset. No? So we again, no, we recommend that you periodically take stock of the group situation. So actually asking ourselves, no, how are you? How is the group doing? Are all members doing well? Do they have balanced commitments that are appropriate for them, both within the movement, the church, and the wider community? Sharing it with the responsibles of our areas, no, our Capi Focolare, Capi Nucleo, no? So as a group, are we actively present in the local community? Are we open to welcoming new people? Okay. So a while ago, we did this energizer, no? 1, 2, 3, il, isa, mot, haiba, no? So it's something that we always do, no? Even in the workshops that we do here, no? So remember that this actually proceeds, no, to our next pro tip, no, this energizers. And pro tip number 14, Jaria.
Okay, so our last pro tip for you is make people at ease. So games and icebreakers, just like what we had, help break the ice, re-energize attendees, and foster connections by making them more present and receptive. Once people start laughing or smiling, they feel more relaxed. They also create more engaging environment for deeper learning and understanding. So to conclude, Simply, we often think of how Kiara did. Like Kiara, she presented herself at any meeting, always with enthusiasm and simplicity. She introduced it in a lively and personal way. She transmitted joy. She had concrete attention for those who asked and for those who listened. She valued everything and everyone. She always transmitted an atmosphere of novelty. She sought a personal relationship as much as possible. Here, we hope to learn better and better to do so. And now, we would like to call on Ivan and Albe, Winnie, and Catherine to share with us their experiences.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. Wow, I think the first thing is to thank Mani and Joria for these wonderful tips for every one of us here. I think when we are facilitating meetings, right, we always come across sometimes some challenges, right, here and there, and then you have given us a very good picture, across the board that when we are puzzled with something, I think we can getting something from this treasure bag and then to see how we can deal with it. Yeah. So thank you so much. But of course, we can always ask you whenever we have a question, right? Okay. So now we would like to share with you about our Word of Life meetings experiences. As you may know us already, I'm Ivan and my wife Alve from Singapore. And we want to share about this journey with the Word of Life meetings here in Singapore. And this journey has been around for almost 30 years. And it's been both challenging and at the same time really fruitful. We started attending the Word of Life meetings in Hong Kong, where is our birthplace. And after we migrated to Singapore in 1995, we continued to join the monthly meetings, and which will help either at the Focolare Center or in the homes of the members, including our homes. We prepare the meetings together with the other members from the different branches. Things at that time were very simple. We use, the printed Word of Life text on a small paper, right? And we'll take turns reading it aloud, and then we share our impressions and experiences. Sometimes we add songs, games, just to break the ice or to introduce the word. Usually we ended with a tea break. As we know, meal are very important, right? Mentioned by Jory and Mani. And it's a time that we're often filled with more sharing and fellowship. But it wasn't always easy. The attendance were quite unpredictable, volatile. We did our best to invite people, mostly through phone calls, since at that time there was no WhatsApp yet. Sometimes we had more than 30 people, but most of the time it was just a small group. I still remember one afternoon, no one rang the doorbell at our house at the starting time. Alve and I looked at each other and asked, should we go ahead? Thankfully, a few friends arrived later, but honestly, we felt discouraged. So much effort and so little response. And when the Focolare Center moved to Indonesia, and the number of people coming got even smaller. At some moments, we seriously thought of stopping to hold a meeting. But after some reflections and conversation with others, we realized the word of life is not just a meeting. It is the foundation of our spirituality. We remembered Chiara and her companions had their word of life meetings inside the bomb shelter. It gave us direction and it gave us life. So, with just a few of us, we continued, even when it was hard, and even when it didn't feel fruitful. Then came 2020. The pandemic changed everything. We moved the meetings online, like many others. And to our surprise, a few new people joined. Among them were two senior ladies in their 70s and in their 80s who became very faithful participants. They joined every time. They shared deeply and joyfully and even gave us constructive suggestion. Their presence gave us such encouragement. It felt like God was breathing something new into the group.
That's when we formed a small Word of Life committee, 7 of us in the total. Each of us helped in our own way. Some present the Word of Life, others help with logistics or offer their homes. But more importantly, we usually meet 1 week before each Word of Life meeting on Zoom to prepare together. And this preparation meeting had become very special. We try to live the word in our own circumstances. We come ready to share our experience and ideas openly and freely. Sometimes we start with very different ideas and even have strong discussions. But by listening to each other and emptying ourselves, we usually arrive at something better, something we know is the fruit of Jesus in our midst. We also support from outside, for others outside the committee. A dear friend from New Family, for example, helped design our digital invitation flyer. Again, you can see, quite nice, very beautiful. And slowly, through all this mutual love and teamwork, our unity has grown. Now, we have a more consistent meeting format and steady number of participants. Our Word of Life meeting has 2 parts with a short break in between. First part is to recap the Word of Life of the previous month and invite participants to share their experience of living the Word. Second part is to watch the Word of Life video of the present month and highlight the main points with action plan proposed. We also make announcement of the upcoming activity of the community and encourage people to join our event. We have seen how the Word of Life continue to nourish and guide us, especially through the difficult moments. 2 years ago, we organized an Easter Joy event to celebrate Easter season by reaching out to lonely elderly members in the neighborhood. We treated them to a sumptuous lunch at a restaurant, complete with games, music, lucky draw, and door gifts. It was a truly joyful afternoon, and many elderly guests felt our love and care through the event. Following our Word of Life meeting last April, we also hosted a birthday celebration for 5 friends with the aim of raising funds for various humanitarian projects in our zone. This included support for a school in the Mae Sot refugee camp, a social center in Medan, aid for earthquake victims in Myanmar, and a girls' home in India. Thanks to the generosity of the participant, we successfully raised approximately $10,000. So yes, the journey hasn't always been easy, but it has taught us a lot about perseverance, about community building, and above all, about trusting in God's work through our mutual love. Thank you.
So maybe we can call upon Winnie to share about the community experience in Myanmar. Hi, Winnie.
Thank you. So I will do my screen share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we need full.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, here I would like to share our local communities experience in Myanmar. So this year, how we strive to live the gospel and embrace Jesus forsaken through the many challenges we face over the years. So you all are aware, and Ivan and Avi also mentioned about this COVID outbreak. So we all experience. And for us, after COVID, we have another Jesus forsaken. We put it this way, that this coup that really make our country in worse situations. And afterwards, we face floods in some parts of Myanmar last year. So here in this second picture, that is in my hometown. Actually, I'm from the mountainous area, and it's been our whole life, even our mother and grandmother time, that we never experienced floods. So last year, it was the flood, and it's really in the center of the town. So we experienced all this in the past years. And recently, we have a strong earthquake last 2 months ago in Mandalay. That's many people were killed, and a lot of them also, like they lost their homes. So everything happening around us feel really beyond our control, and there are times that we really do not understand that's why God permits all these sufferings. But for us, we really hold firmly to our faith in God and to continue to place our hope in Him, no matter what. So all these experiences and trials, we feel deeply connected to Kiara's experience during World War II. And it also reminds us to live more fully this year, because it's a Jubilee year of hope. Some of us, including myself, have been displaced by the war since 2021 and had to relocate to safer areas. So despite this, we continue to serve our neighbors wherever we are. After relocating, I began working with an organization that supports another displaced community near Yangon. And I learned that the needs of that particular community were far greater than what the project alone could offer. While the project focused mainly on technical training, such as drawing, like paintings and crafts making, the community also lacked basic necessities like food for children and proper clothing. So I often share this experience with my sister at home and with other sisters in the Focolare. So together we were able to seek providence, and we start a weekly food program for children for about 2 years. And at one point, there was an outbreak of illness in the community that the whole village, they got sick. Then I asked help again in the Focolare, and So there are some sisters that's with medical background, like doctors and nurses. So they responded the needs immediately and organized a mobile clinic for the villagers. So it was really a moment we felt that the presence of Jesus in our midst, there and ready to serve our neighbors in need. Over time, the community began to see me as one of their own. So they said, "You're already one of our villagers and you can come anytime." So these relationships we built over the years have continued to grow. The community feels the love and care, not just from me personally, but from all of us who work together in service to them. So it is really the fruit of placing Jesus in their midst and seeing God in each person around us. This is another experience with, So with the recent earthquake in Myanmar, some of our Focolare family members were directly affected. So in this picture, this is one of our members. She also suffered a head injury while trying to escape from the buildings where she was serving children. And doctor advises close monitoring and mentioned that surgery might be needed. But she humbly insisted that she could manage her condition and choosing instead to give up her place for others in more critical conditions, because there were many were with serious conditions. So now, despite her own injury and as her background is a nurse, she's caring for another patient in her neighborhood. And she shared that she felt God was asking her to serve this person, and she's doing her best to respond to the call. And we have another experience from another members who is joining in here in the Focolare men female house, Ma'ale. So she's been suffering from cancer, and now she's nearing the end of her treatment. So even she's not well, she visited another cancer patient and asked the community to pray for that patient. So she's with the red blouse here, and these are some of our other members. So, and some other members also help cover the patient's medical expenses. So these are just small examples of our daily experiences, moments when, despite our own challenges, we try to respond with love to the needs of others. So we continue to trust in God's plan and never feel alone in these difficult times. Through the Focolare family, we receive constant support in the form of providence, prayers for our country, and care in so many ways. And this love that we receive reminds us that we are not alone. And it is the same love that helps us grow and motivates us to share it with our neighbors across the country. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now I will share screen about video of the Pakistan community about their community's activities, right? Yeah, okay.
Hello, I am Catherine from Rawalpindi, Focolare. In Pakistan, we have 18 local communities in various cities. In some places, meetings are held regularly, and in some other places, not so regular. It is a nice moment when the whole family of Kiara meets. New people are invited who come and feel the atmosphere of love and joy. Normally, we have meetings also for children, the Gen 4, in the same compound near the main hall, and they also present some experiences and songs for the community. On 1st May, the Gen prepared a program inviting their friends and shared about the new youth, about the United World Week, and their experiences. We feel that we are one reality, and it was spontaneous that we adults and the whole community helped them for the green, blue, orange, and other practical things, so that they were more relaxed and free to work for the program. When we have programs for families or volunteers, the youth also help for the choir and for the preparation of children's program. At a certain point in Rawalpindi, we saw that we have many interns and close members who can arrange and conduct community meetings. And now, some are going to help new communities to grow. At present, many doors are open. Some parish priests and people invite us to arrange programs for children, youth, and families. And so, we are multiplying our strength. And we see that God has prepared us to go out and spread the light of our character.
Thank you so much. First of all, I really want to thank you to Mani and Joria for the concrete input of tips. So from now onwards, we can be more conscious while we are preparing for the local community meetings or we are gathering together. And I really want also to thank you for these beautiful experiences. As we already heard from Mani and Joria, that pro tip number 8 and pro tip 9, if I'm not wrong, that to share the experiences and to encourage each other with the experiences to move ahead in the ideal. Am I right? If I have listened well. So now I think we need really a little break. So before going for a break, there are some points to be considered. As I have mentioned before, that the coming part of our meeting will be in breakout sessions. So the things to be considered are you are already assigned to the groups according to your countries, and you will be sent some guided questions in the chat and displayed on the screen. You can take a picture of that and can save to you for the discussion into the groups. And with people with the connection of 1 or 2 people can go into the breakout room, but the people gathered in the focolare in a big groups, they can discuss among themselves in the group physically. So they don't have to go to any group in the breakout session. And to consider one more thing, that you have to write the small summary, whatever you discuss among your group. Afterwards, you will have a time to share with us and to ask the question. But as you know that because of the shortage of time, everyone cannot share. But for your facility, we will send in the chat one Gmail where you can, everybody can send the summary on that Gmail. So we can take the precious gift what you will discuss among yourself, and we can read it afterwards. So enjoy your break. And still some one of the connection with some alphabets and numbers. That connection we don't know from where it is and who it is. So you can rename yourself, still the people who don't renamed. So you can rename with the first 3 letters of your country with your name. So it is okay for us to put you in the respective country breakout room. So we will have the 15 minutes break. So I hope we will come back after exact 15 minutes and have some break and move a little bit, be energetic. So very excited to see you after in the breakout rooms for the discussion. We have already sent the, Ivan, have we sent already the?
I think we will share the guided question after the break. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ciao.
See you in 15 minutes.
Yes, Rosa. Wow.
nào thôi. Để yêu bình tĩnh nào, làm sao để mình thắng được trò này đây? Điều họ có gắt.
Listen, feel the music play. A color love for action. You change the world's direction. Feel it running in your veins. Live it, make them understand. Don't be afraid to fall, to hear the cry, the call. This is the choice I want to make. This is the road I want to take. Hand in hand together, conquering the world forever. One world, one generation. This is our destination. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Our revolution. Courage, feel the strength inside. Believe it, I'll be at your side. Soaring above the clouds, fly with the wings of hope. This is the choice I want to make. This is the road I want to take. Hand in hand together, conquering the world forever. One world, one generation. This is our destination. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Our revolution. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 scelta che faremo noi. This is the choice we want to make. This is the road we want to take. Hand in hand together, conquering the world forever. One world, one generation. This is our destination. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Our revolution. This is the choice we want to make. This is the road we want to take. Hand in hand together, conquering the world forever. One world, one generation. This is our destination. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Our revolution. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la
Journaling is a brilliant way to tackle the blank page, activate our creativity, develop a sketching habit, and explore different mediums and techniques. The process requires us to live in the present moment. It's highly meditative and improves our mental well-being. In this Domestica course, you will learn prompts and skills to create a daily illustrated journaling habit using a sketchbook and your own
cry. You're there by my side, and you want me to know all the little things that I do for love will bring peace to my heart.
Your love is in me and my life, in every song that I sing. And when I'm flying, you're the wind beneath my wings. Your love is in me and I truly want the world to see. Life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful thing.
When darkness descends, you lend me a hand, and you show me the way. All the little things that you do for love will bring peace to the world.
Your love is in me and my life, in every song that I sing. And when I'm flying, you're the wind beneath my wings. Your love is in me and I truly want the world to see. Life is a beautiful thing.
Your love within me
Makes me strong,
your love within me
sets me free. Your love is in me and my life, in every song that I sing. And when I'm flying, you're the wind beneath my wings. Your love is in me and I truly want the world to see. Life is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Your love is in me and my life, in every song that I sing. And when I'm flying, you're the wind beneath my wings. Your love is in me and I truly want the world to see. Life is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful
procrastination.
Times that I've said no, so many laters that never came to pass, but now I give my yes to you. So many times I've hesitated, so many times I've looked away, so many moments that I have had to choose, but now I give my yes to you. Yes to you, I want to find you. Yes to you, yes today. Yes to you, I want to choose you. Yes to you, yes today. So many times I've almost made it, so many times I've looked for you, so many simple words that I let slip away, but now I give my yes to you. Yes to you, today. Yes to you. I want to choose you. Yes to you. Yesterday. So many times that I've said maybe. So many times that I've said no. So many laters that never came to pass. But now I give my yes to you. But now I give my yes to you. Yes to you. I want to find you. Yes to you. Yesterday. Yes to you. I want to choose you. Yes to you. Yesterday.
Welcome back, everyone. There you go. Actually, Ivan and Alve shared the guide questions, but we're also sharing it here on screen. Okay, so later, as we'll be directed towards our breakout rooms, for those in Zoom, we will do so. But for those, as Mary instructed a while back, those in bigger groups, let's say in the Focolare centers, it's best that we break ourselves into smaller groups, maybe about 5 to 7 in a group. Okay, so that will make sure that everybody can share. Okay, so these are the guide questions that we would like for you to answer. We will have 30 minutes for this breakout session. You may or may not answer all. You may start wherever you think it's best, no, according to your local community. So just to go through the guide questions, no, Juliet?
So the first is from the two themes given earlier. So on the local communities reflection and the facilitation tips. What struck you the most?
Okay.
Right? And the second would, how do you respond individually and as a community?
Will this be something on the pro tips or the themes? Okay.
Both.
So what do you want to do? How do you want to respond individually and as a local community? The third would be, what fruits and challenges do you have, do you experience in your local communities? And finally,
do you have any new ideas or ways to build up the local communities? This would be really helpful also to help other communities have new ideas. No? Also, to share the ideas that you have would be something good for everyone.
now it would be best. It would be best to assign someone who will facilitate the meeting so that it will be more efficient. No?
And also to assign somebody to write down, to be described, so that it's something that you can also send to the organizers later on.
Yeah. We would definitely, like what Julia said, benefit from um, guide question number 4. If you have new ideas, okay, or ways to build up the local community. So any more reminders, Alve, Ivan? Mary?
Yeah. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So have a fruitful 30-minute session, no? Either in the breakouts or in in the foculares or in the groups.
Just a reminder, if you think you are in a wrong room or you are in a group with the language that you don't understand, please just chat me away so that I can move you into a different room. Thank you.
So you can just click on join for you to enter to your breakout groups. See you in 30 minutes.
Hi, Anna. Which group should you be?
Yeah, Indonesian one.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry, my electricity off,
Problem.
so I use my handphone. So can you give
move
me to Indonesian one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Joseph, do you want to be assigned somewhere else?
Yeah, I got a blackout at home, so I just reconnected. Please push me into Thai
Thank you.
breakout.
Okay, great.
जैसे वो लाल कुर्ती में घर में अपने घर में वो कह रहे हैं हम उनके पास एकेडमी है तो उधर कुछ
Rawalpindi, Jelly.
Hola, Ginelli, Pino.
Catherine is here. Is Catherine, right?
Chào Esther.
Chào Đoàn.
Sawadika, me. Wadi.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope your group sharing was meaningful and filled with inspiring ideas. So, unfortunately, due to limited time, we may not able to hear each one from you about your discussion in the groups, and we believe it that you had a great discussion among your groups. So I will request you that already the email that we have shared with you in the chat box, please feel free to send your summary of discussion on that email so we can read it together. Afterwards, you can also mention your country and your city when you will send it to that email. And now we will have a little time left if any one of you have some questions about the session and anything else you want to ask. You can raise your hand and can ask the question. And for that, I will pass it over again to Mani and Joria to facilitate us with the question and answer if anyone want to ask it. Over to you.
Thank you, Mary. We encourage questions, but of course, we also encourage others with experiences to help in answering the questions.
Julia and Mani, can I ask question? Huh? Since, yes, good afternoon. Yeah, as I have this beautiful feeling in me because you are really expert in this spirituality of Kiara, and you have many experiences to handle many things. So I would like to ask, can you share an experience that you have difficulties in one of your meetings, no? In one of your big meetings, that it challenged you, both of you?
Thank you, Belen, for your question. But we're not experts. We are all children of Kiara, and we all learn from each other. No.
Yeah, a difficulty that also surfaced in the breakout meetings, no, where we were, was the fact that it can always be the same people working, okay, and that difficulty when unaddressed can be a source of burnout. No, people will feel less motivated going to the meetings, especially if this person, this popo or popa or volunteer or Jen is wearing several hats, no? Meaning uh, probably this person may be handling two colors or um, a particular task, no, beyond his or her capabilities. No, it's understandable because of the dwindling vocations. No, we're also asked to do so. But the way we address it, for example, no, our circle of influence is in the new families. No, and the way we do it really is to rely on the secretariat. Okay, so as we're sharing this experience, you may actually look into how you'll be able to mobilize. No? If you're in the nucleo, mobilize people. No? So in our particular example, as Juria said, we're an archipelago, and it's very difficult to um, have one couple go to several places. Okay, it's also impractical to tell the people in that area, that zonete, to go to the Cittadella. It's very costly, um, and not everybody can go. So what we did was we assigned couples in the secretariat to go to different provinces, to be assigned to go to a province. No? So that's what we did. And I would say the miracle of duplicating ourselves happened, no? With Jesus in the midst, the local community coordinators there, the new families local team um, were more empowered. Okay, so for example, in the Zoneta of Cebu, they would always rely on sending people to the Cittadella. But with this strategy, which we believe really worked, they themselves formed their own secretariat, local secretariat, no? And by doing so, more people were able to attend, no? Because they don't need to spend for airfare to travel from Cebu all the way to Manila. So that this practice happened in the other zonete as well. No? So we have our secretariat, no, the different couples, no, who hold colors in the secretariat, mobilized to handle, no, or not handle, or lead a particular zoneta.
Yeah, in the context of the local community, no, what we did also is so as to not to burden the local coordinators who usually would have several hats within the movement, is to take turns. So instead of having just one local coordinator or a couple who's local coordinator, we have a team. So they take turns on leading the word of life. For example, one would do this, one couple would, or one individual would lead the word of life this month. Another would lead the word of life next month. But they're still attending the word of life together. So at least they get to prepare better, and they're more relaxed. Another challenge that we saw also, it also came out in the discussion earlier, is we have many elderly or senior members who feel they cannot contribute anymore, so they feel useless also. So what we do intentionally really is to go out to visit them. we feel strongly that local communities are not meetings per se. We should not
Ngồi
limit
với nhau
ourselves
để
in
mà chia sẻ, nhưng mà
meetings,
chúng ta cũng phải đi ra ngoài,
one
chia
room
sẻ cho
in
nhau.
one day.
There's no translation, excuse
Then
me.
Sorry,
Desktop translation.
किसी कोई एक ट्रांसलेशन है जो
For a
चल
while,
नहीं
for a
रही,
while, for a while, for a while.
इसलिए वो उन्होंने स्टॉप करा दिया.
Okay, we continue.
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet.
हो गया?
They remove us as translate.
Now it's back, it's back.
all right. Okay. So as we were saying, no, we believe that local communities are not meetings are not limited in one day meeting or just meetings. It should be a lifestyle that we live of inclusivity of family, no? So just like in a family, it's not that we sit down and we talk. It's really to go out to celebrate together birthdays. It's to visit when somebody's sick, to help. For example, one would be reviewing for an exam to remember them in our prayers, but also to bring them food maybe because they don't have time anymore to. When we lost our youngest child due to miscarriage, the community would send me food, would send us food because I cannot I cannot cook anymore, and Manny would come home late from work. And that's where we felt the love of the community. It's through this it's not in the meetings really. It's how we feel that we're part of a family. So in fact, during our local community meetings, we said it should not be called even meeting, no? It's really coming together as one big family of Kiara. And we can only do that when we go out of our way to really check on each other, no? And it could be one text away or just one dropping by when they're along the way where we're going, to be creative, no, in building this family. We hope we answered your question.
Ivan, Alve, maybe you have something that you want to share about your local community.
I think we very much agree of what you have shared. Actually, we find that sometimes if you have too much responsibility, right, on an individual or in even two people, it is not productive or it is really not beneficial for the person and also for the community. So I think after many failures, after many difficulties, we find a way of really to do together, right? I think that is also our spirit. Yes, we are not doing it by ourselves, by own effort, but more collectively, right? As a group, and then also this group is not a working group, like Joria have said. This group is a family, right? That is love. Well, I think the first and foremost thing is we have love. Then we come together to do something for others, right? So I think if we have that common goal of reaching out together, we can see really from our Word of Life meeting, from our new family groups in Singapore, even across the borders together with Philippines, right, and other countries, we can see that nothing can actually stop us. I like this time in our this local community meeting, we find that who can we ask for help? Then we think that, oh, we have a good friends from the Philippines. Then you come to our picture, and then we are also so confidently feel that I can just ask, That means you don't feel that, oh, if I ask you, will you say no or other thing, right? Without hesitation, we ask, and without hesitation, you say yes. And what is much better than that, right? You can, I think what's behind is the love that among ourselves and among, the two communities.
I feel the trust of one another is very important. Even to make this meeting, so many people have give the effort. Even though once a year we only do 2 times, but I can tell you from the beginning, Ivan and me with the trust of the Capozona, only we started, but we also feel don't know in front of this task what can we do, but slowly we got together also with the Capozona, and then we see the increased members. And I feel that, we some of you have joined us, some of you also not in the group, but new people also come in. But with this openness together, I think God create us in many new ways. Every person, the idea is something beautiful, but is how we are together to see together with all this beautiful creation. So I also feel that today we are a beautiful experience, with also the Perni committee. Want to thank Mary Francis, Winnie, they are from Pakistan, one is from Myanmar. Can you imagine 2 different places to do the MC? They really give the effort and beautiful. And we have Antonella, all this creative way, and also Gabi, always his wisdom. And Na, and also with the Glauco, always to trust us, trust, believe, they believe us to have Jesus in our midst. So we no need to report every word to them. I want to thank them, your trust. So I feel that this is the community, and we have to go ahead, be creative, and trust one another. I think we talk a lot.
I think we are a bit overrun,
Yes,
so I'm
yes.
not sure if people have other questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we still have time?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Mary Frances, what do you think?
What do you think, Mary Frances? Do we have time, or we have to close?
Because we still have one very important session we cannot skip.
Yes. Maybe if we can see if any one more person want to ask any question, we can just shortly give the answer, and then we can continue with the important session.
Or even an insight. No?
Insight.
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
So while
If
we're waiting
anyone
for that,
without, sorry,
while
you
we're
can
waiting,
continue.
while we're waiting, the pro tips, this is actually designed for everyone to use, and then you can personalize it with your own experiences. So it's meant to be done in your own local communities. No, when this was designed with Jesus in the midst, you're supposed to use it.
So the text and the PowerPoint is shared already with your zone, so you can freely use it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
If no one is there to share, maybe we can proceed on without wasting the time. Once again, I thank you, Mani and Joria, really for taking time out for us and sharing your beautiful experiences and your pro tips with us. And I have no more words to say anything. You have shared very beautifully with us. I think everybody have the same feeling like I am sharing with you. So I will proceed it to Winnie now and to tell us about the next amazing session that we are going to enter now. Vinny?
Yes, thank you everyone, especially to Manny and Joya, that this very helpful facilitation tips. I hope we will all also try to put in practice in our community. So thanks again. So now we are running out of time, and like everybody is mentioning, the most important last part is coming. So now I would like to invite Nar and Glauco to share a few words to us before ending the program. So the floor is yours, Nar and Glauco. Thank you.
Sì, sì, sì.
Ciao Glauco.
Hello, long time no see.
Long time no see.
We are displaced because Nar is in the Philippines and me, I am in Indonesia, in Yogyakarta for some days. So long time no see. Ciao, Nar.
We are building our communities.
Yeah, on the spot.
On the spot, no.
Where
But
you today, Nar? What would you like to share?
no, first of all, I think I would like to share the joy because I feel very much how do you call it? The fire is enkindled. So I want to go out immediately and go to a community. But it's really very beautiful, and I think this is also the meeting today is really an prototype of all the tips, the pro tips that they had shared with us, because how they prepared the program with the experiences, enriched with experiences, the sharing. Of course, we ran out of time, but it was really a beautiful meeting. And I take it from what Kiara said, that even for one person, you have to prepare everything as if it is for 100. So really the preparation is important. And I'm sure that today, each one of us has many takeaways, because it's also a formation for us. And our life is a continuous learning. And I think that it's very important. And one thing also I like most, it was really beautiful, the meditation as well as the pro tips, because Kiara really puts us, to the real essential meaning of what is a local community. And I like it when she said, it's our breath, no? Aside as it is our bride, the bride of the Focolare for everyone, because it is where we really can put into practice, and live well, live out the ideal. So I think it's our battlefield where the people around us can see a family, a community that really love one another. So I feel very much enriched today, and yeah, and I hope that each one of us will really put this into practice. Thank you.
Beautiful, yes. And of course, we have to thank a lot the magnificent team who prepared this meeting.
Yes.
Because they worked so hard. And as Alve was saying before, actually they did a lot of things also with our full trust, and
Yes.
but they did really great. And especially thanks to Mani and Joria, who are helping us this day today. So really thank you very much for this. I was so happy now also to notice how, regarding the tips that Mani and Joria you shared, I was noticing how many of them, they are, I would say, we live them quite spontaneously, It's something that, especially in Asia, in our Southeast Asia culture and Pakistan, because we have the joy of being in these communities, and wherever we go, I must say that some of these elements, we live them spontaneously, For example, the warmth when we arrive, and the welcoming one another, sharing food also.
The meals.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So in a way, it's something that we already are living, let's say, naturally. But of course, it's very important to know that also from a, let's say, from a scientific viewpoint, they are important. They are really important. So it's not just like we do it because it's like this. It's important to be aware that these ways to do that are deeply rooted in our cultures are already something important, no? And it's like giving importance, giving taking being aware that also these cultural elements are so relevant and so important, and we have to value them. And of course, taking into consideration what the ones who need a bit of more constancy, for example, being constant and regular in the meetings, maybe this is something that requires also some efforts. But again, my joy is to see that we leave this, some of these tips even spontaneously, no? Because it's part of our cultures. And so comes to my mind now the word of life, no? Do you love me? And Peter was saying to Jesus, yes, you know everything. You know that I love you. So also knowing all this, something new that we learn today is something, it's also another way of loving more and more and more, no? And so again, thank you. Thank you for the preparation, and thanks also to everyone who attended today, because yes, you enriched also the meeting with your presence, with your questions, with your sharing also in the groups. So thank you again, and we pass again to Mary Frances and Winnie, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks so much, Na and Glauco, so for your beautiful messages. And yeah, all of you were mentioning that today program, especially this facilitation tips, is for all of us really to take away. It means that it's our assignment to really put in practice in our own area. Yeah, some of the tips we already try to put it, but some are also missing to really apply it. So it is really, I hope it's really a fruitful program today. So we conclude here, and thank you again also from our side, Mary Frances and Win. We two of us, like our first time being MC, and you entrust this assignment to us, and we are from different locations, and we were saying before the program that our country, all of you know very well that our connections, everything, situation, so we can be off anytime during the program. So we all prepare. So thank you again for entrusting all this assignment, and we continue with this helpful tips.
Just the last
so we
thing.
press the like.
Just the last thing that now we will request again, everyone, if someone has closed their video, they can turn on their videos so that we can ask Ivan to click the pictures so
Yeah.
we can have a memory of this meeting.
Yeah, please on the camera
And smile.
and smile, right? And okay, but give me a little bit time because we have 3 pages on my screen. Huh? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. Huh? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see each other next time.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Namaste. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Grazie,
Bye-bye.
Manny.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao, ciao,
Thank
ciao,
you
ciao,
for
ciao.
all the
Shalom.
interpreter.
Yeah.
And Yong.
Yes, thank
Thank you,
you.
Yong and Vivian.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank
Ciao,
you,
Mani. Ciao, Joria. Thank you very much.
Thank
Ciao,
you,
Poppy.
now. Thank you,
Ciao, everybody
Gabo.
now.
Ciao,
Thank
Doy.
you.
Here's
Thank
Doy.
you,
Ciao, Jonah.
everyone.
Happy wax.
Ciao, Mara.
Yeah.
Ciao,
Yeah.
Margaret.
Thank you, Mary Frances. Thank you, Winnie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yon. Thank you, Vivian.
Yeah. Thank you, Antonella.
Thank you, Anton.
Oh.
Gabi, thank you.
Thank you, Gabi.
Thank you, Auntie and Eva.
Popular, Jakarta, Thailand, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pakistan,
Ciao, Helen.
Vietnam.
Ciao, Christopher.
Thank you, Myanmar. Thank you.